What's going on, people? It's Transgamer Live, and I am here to give you. I've been doing this government thing for 3 or 4 days now, and I just want to. I just want to do a reaction video to one. I think the two funniest presidents that we've ever had was Reagan and Bush. And I've got a treat for you. I've got 9 minutes of Bushisms. Now, uh, whenever I was a kid, Bush was in office. Well, I say kid. I was in high school and part in college. Whenever Bush was doing his 2 terms. So whenever it came to people, I looked at him as a comedian in the White House. And this is something that I wish that the uh, Republicans would go back to, because at least with his comedic presence, he was also a hard-nosed type person, to where not much got past him without him putting his finger in it. Um, but whenever he could, he actually wanted to make you laugh. He was, you could see the gears in his mind just rolling and rolling and rolling of how to get people to laugh. Well, anyway, here's 9 minutes of Bushisms. So let's go ahead and start.
Thanks for coming. Be seated. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the White House.
Just the stare. It's like he's in front of a crowd for the first time. He's like, "Oh my God. Thanks for coming. Welcome to the White House."
Thanks for coming. You'll be. Let me.
He was known for stuttering. You'll be.
Let me. There would have been a deficit, but there wouldn't have been the commiserate, the kick to our economy.
Most of the time, he could not English very well. It was one of those things where he'll say something and you're thinking, okay, he's gonna come out with it right. He's gonna come out with it right. And then what does he do? He fumbles the football.
Let me. I really, I'm serious. I mean, tell people why I say. I mean, I think,
And y'all think Biden is a problem.
it is a. I think it is. And it's a. At least. The elections. Yeah. I think tide turning. I see. As I remember, I was raised in the desert, but tides kind of. It's easy to see a tide turn.
There's what I was talking about. You could see the gears just rolling in his head, like, okay, let's talk about tides and how they turn. Well, I grew up in the desert, and you can see where tides turn. Well, can you? And then he's like, oh my God, what did I say? Did I just say that?
Did I say those words? That there be a stable Iran. Iran that is capable of rejecting Iranian influence. I mean, Iraq. My plan plays down an unprecedented amount of our national debt. This Thursday, ticket counters and airplanes will fly out of Ronald Reagan Airport.
Oh God.
My state of the union, or my speech to the nation, whatever you want to call it. Speech to the nation. Families is where our nation finds hope, where wings take dreams. Fool me once.
Wings take dreams. Sounds something like I would say. He just said, fool me once. Now the quote is, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me that third time, well, you get the gist. Here's President 43's terms on this quote.
Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again. Karen is with
Oh God. Fool me. We can't get fooled again.
a West Texas girl, just like me. Sure you can.
Let's back that one up. Let's back that one up. Let's go back to fool me once.
Let's take dream. Fool me once. Shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again. Karen is with us, a West Texas girl, just like me. Sure you can imagine.
Karen's with us, a West Texas girl just like me.
Imagine it is an unimaginable honor to live here. 20th century, our 21st century, the last chapter of the 20th century. This is the first chapter of the 21st century. He can't take the high horse and then claim the low road. I didn't realize I had dyslexia. Not one doubt in my mind that we will fail. We not only
There's not a doubt in my mind. We will fail. This is Texas for you. This is Texas. This is the reason why we can't succeed from the United States, because we give the United States plenty to laugh at.
Freed the American people, we made our own people more secure.
Hold up, Bush. Hold up, Bush.
We will fail. We not only freed the American people, we made our own people more secure. It'll take time to restore chaos.
It'll take more time to restore chaos.
I think war is a dangerous place.
No crap. Wars are dangerous. What you got to say?
You're working hard to put food on your family.
Working hard to put food on your family.
Africa's a nation that suffers from incredible disease. You see, free nations are peaceful nations. Free nations don't attack each other. Free nations don't develop weapons of mass destruction.
What do they do, Bush?
Well, I understand that the unrest in the Middle East creates unrest throughout the region. Because they want the federal government controlling the Social Security like it's some kind of federal program. The legislature's job is to write law. It's the executive branch job to interpret law. Can't living with the bill means it won't become law. I asked Americans to give 4,000 years,
4,000 years? What?
4,000 hours over the rest of your life of service to America. That's what I asked. I said 4,000 hours. We don't believe in planners and deciders making the decisions on behalf of Americans. Baby boomers will be retiring. There's not going to be enough people contributing to the system to take advantage of people like me. It's your money. You paid for it.
Call JG Whitworth right now. 1-877 cash now.
Poor people aren't necessarily killers.
Poor people are not necessarily killers. Let's hold on to that thought. Bush, take us away.
Just because you happen to be not rich doesn't mean you're willing to kill. I know the human being and fish can coexist peacefully.
Hopefully, human beings and fish can get along.
In order for us to get the framework, the groundwork, not framework, the groundwork to discuss a framework for peace, to lay the... All right. They underestimated what our campaign is about. You teach a child to read, and he or her will be able to pass a literacy test.
See, that was the whole thing back in the day. And it's still going on today. We're setting up people to fail in life to pass the exam. That doesn't make sense. To pass the exam, we're setting people up to fail for where they can pass the exam. Yes, we all need to know how to read, write, do math the correct way, the long way. Just saying. But we need to have, you know, we need to have people to not being able to pass the test, but being able to have stuff that is that relates to life. Most kids nowadays, if I was to hand them a check, not filled out, if I was handing one of these kids a check, they wouldn't know how to fill it out. If I was say, okay, how do you file your taxes? They wouldn't know. Because it's all, it's not being pushed in high school. It's not being pushed in middle school. Whenever I was in middle school, I learned how to do taxes. I learned how to do, balance a checkbook, and even and all of that, even before I had a job. Now, we're just worried about passing a test. No wonder the education world is actually laughing at us.
Children living in the dark dungeons of the internet. Why don't you...
Hold up, dark dungeons of the internet. Children living in the dark dungeons of the internet. Come on, Bush.
You volunteer. Why don't you help mentor a child how to read and find out that the literacy level of our children are appalling? I think we ought to raise the age at which juveniles can have a gun.
I completely agree. I think anyone that holds a gun should be anywhere from, I think it's age 18. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I think it should be 21, and then anything over like a certain bullet size, not a bullet size, but I think like the AR models and stuff like that should be 25 to 30.
Rarely is the question asked, is our children learning? I know what I believe. I will continue to articulate what I believe. And what I believe, I believe what I believe is right. I think if you know what you believe, it makes it a lot easier to answer questions. I can't answer questions.
Yeah. He just didn't believe.
I think the Japanese people are going to like the taste of U.S. beef.
Japanese people are going to like the taste of U.S. beef.
Last night, Jeb and I had some crabs.
Okay. He's talking about food again. His brother, Jeb Bush, was the governor of Florida. They had some crabs. And we're not talking about the STD.
Look like members of the 1972 Miami Dolphins. Dan Marino and his really dynamic wife.
Dan Marino and his dynamic wife. Yeah.
I'd like to stay here all day, but I gotta go to Vegas.
Why you gotta go to Vegas?
Something about what goes on there stays there or something like that. She said,
Oh, something like that.
he's getting awfully windy. It's a Texas term. Are you having burritos for lunch?
Nope.
The best way to defeat this enemy in the long run is to deny them the recruiting tools that are and recruitments made capable.
Oh, God. Denying them the recruiting tools and the recruitments. Bushism.
Made possible by resentment. Anybody here got 4 kids? 3 kids?
Why are you asking that, Bush?
You got 4? 4. 3, okay. All right, wait. I don't know why I asked that. Oh, I know why I asked it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're working hard to
I hope we're working hard.
convince both the Indians and the Pakis there's a way to deal with their problems without going to war.
Bush's dancing is way better than Trump's, but still very horrible. I remember watching this on TV. The guy got so mad, not only at his, I want to say prime minister of that country, but at Bush, to where he took off his shoes and threw them at Bush, both of them. And in that culture, I want to say that is very, very, very bad luck.
And I know the speculation, but I'm the decider, and I decide what is best, and what's best is for Don
What is best for Don Rumsfeld?
Rumsfeld to remain as the Secretary of Defense. I hear
Oh, Lord.
there's rumors on the internets.
The internets. Okay, at this point in time, the internet was coming into full effect, and basically we as a nation basically started off with the internet, and nobody really wanted to didn't know what it was gonna be really called. Bush with the internets and the Googles, and later on, whenever we had Fast and Loud, the interwebs. So yeah.
One of the things I've used on the Google is to pull up maps.
I have filters on internets.
He actually thought that was going to bounce. It didn't bounce. So now he has to pick up the mistake. He was also known, if you look back at some of the other stuff that's not been in this, blooper reel. He's been known to walk into doors.
The new Prime Minister of India is, no. You know, this thought took a while to thaw. It's going to take a while to unthaw. We got an issue in America. Too many
What is the issue, President Bush?
good docs are getting out of business.
Why is the docs going out of business?
Too many OBGYNs aren't able to practice their love with women all across this country.
Oh, God. Practice love with women all over this country. Your OBGYN.
Thank you, Rolling. That's awesome speech. The fact that they purchased the machine meant somebody had to make the machine. And when somebody makes a machine, it means there's jobs at the machine making place. I remember meeting a mother of a child who was abducted by the North Koreans right here in the Oval Office. These immigrants have helped.
Let's let that one set for a while. So, people went into the Oval Office. North Koreans went into the Oval Office. And they kidnapped somebody? Bushism.
Helped transform 13 small colonies into a great and growing nation of more than 300 people. The people of Bulgaria ought to be proud of the achievements that they have achieved. Chicken factory.
The achievements they have achieved.
A chicken plucking factory, or whatever you call it.
A chicken plucking factory. Now we have Sanderson Farms down here in Bryan College Station. They do more than chicken plucking.
You know what I'm talking about. A fine host for the OPEC summit. I appreciate it.
OPEC. It's not OPEC. It's APEC.
APEC summit. You know. It was not always a given that the United States and America would have a close relationship.
Y'all catch that? Y'all catch that? It was... he said that he didn't know that the United States and America would have a close relationship.
Enemies are innovative and resourceful.
So are we. Okay. What is your next point, Bush?
They never stop thinking about new ways to harm our country and our people.
Okay. Is this a so are we?
And neither do we. During these last few months, I've been trained by Al-Qaeda.
You've been trained by Al-Qaeda. Come on now.
It feels good, do it. My job is a job to make decisions. If the job description were what do you do, it's decision maker. But give my chance of plan to work. And America needs a military where our best and brightest are...
Our breast and our brightest.
proud to serve. Morning. Yeah, I'm distressed to hear about the latest suicide bombers in Israel. I call upon all nations to do everything they can to stop these terrorist killers.
Okay, now what?
Thank you. Now watch this drive. See you at church.
Okay. We've got 3 people here. Actually, yeah, 3 people. We got Bush 43. We have Obama 44. And we have Clinton 42. Clinton 42 is right back behind the I don't know whether you, yeah. Clinton 42 right here. A young Obama and Michelle. And then you have Bush 43, John McCain, his wife. Yeah.
She's still telling me what to do.
Oh, us and our birds fly from Texas.
Were we rolling tape on that?
There you go. You got a brush?
Yeah.
Just a one-finger victory salute.
Oh, that is so fun. That is so funny. Much love to each and every one of y'all. I know that this is a little bit longer than because I get long-winded. I really do. Much love to each and every one of y'all. This, like I said, this has been one awesome, awesome videos. I want to do some stuff political wise. But yeah, I want to do a lot of these. Much love, and I will see y'all every night at 7 on Twitch.